Did you know that you're already using the damn framework in your life? Yes, that's right. You're already doing the damn thing and you didn't even know it. Well, today we're going to dive into how you've been using it and how you can use it consciously going forward. This is Take the Damn Chance, the podcast committed to supporting you as you take the chance on yourself and bring your big dreams to life. You know the one on your heart that you keep pushing to the side because it's not the right time. My name is Bevin Farrand. I'm the founder of the Take the Damn Chance movement and creator of the Do the Damn Thing method. Yes, I say the word damn a lot, but it does mean something. It stands for Decide and Declare, Attend Your Own Party, Moments Not Minutes, and Now is the Time. When it's come to navigating difficult situations and bringing my biggest dreams to life, this framework has changed my life, and I know that it can make a huge impact on yours. It's time for you to take the damn chance. Recently, I was giving my keynote, and I explored something I'd never shared before in the keynote, which is that we are all already using the damn framework. We just don't realize it. The truth is that I created the Do the Damn Thing method and the damn framework by looking backwards. I was looking at the hardest things that I've been through. I lost my husband at the age of 40. I went through years of fertility treatments, including a miscarriage. I lost my dad to cancer when I was 24. I lost my home in a house fire. All of these really difficult, deeply challenging experiences. But I've also created some truly amazing things in my life. Mark and I built our dream home before he passed away. I grew my business from zero to over $600,000 in under 3.5 years. Even going through those fertility treatments, we had our 2 kiddos through IVF, and I brought my biggest, boldest dream to life in 2021 when I moved forward with the IVF that Mark and I had been planning when he passed away, and I had our 3rd child, my daughter, Mirastella. In looking back at all of those experiences, I started to ask myself, what is it that I do differently than other people? Not better, but differently in order to navigate these situations with grace and creativity and create some really amazing things. And that's where the DAM framework came to be. Now, like I said, it stands for Decide and Declare, Attend Your Own Party, Moments Not Minutes, and Now is the Time. But what I want to explore today is the very first piece of it, the decide. So the foundation of the Do the Damn Thing method and Take the Damn Chance movement is what I call your damn manifesto. Yes, again, I say the word damn all the time. But what it is it is your yes paired with your 6-dimensional why. Now, I know when I say to somebody, find your yes, a lot of times I'll say, find your big, bold, crazy dream. And I get a lot of people who will say, I don't know what it is, or I've forgotten how to dream. Now, that's something I've talked about in the past, that I think we've all forgotten how to dream like children, and instead we dream like editors. We immediately think of why something can't work as soon as we come up with it. But when you're considering your yes, you have to remember that it doesn't have to be your yes forever. It just has to be your yes right now. And so I offer you 4 questions that you can ask yourself when you're considering what your yes is for now. And it happens to spell the word trip. Now, if you're new to this podcast or new to my world, you will come to learn that I absolutely love a good acronym, mostly because it's easier for everybody to remember, myself included. And so these 4 questions spell the word trip, and you can ask yourself this for any yes that you are thinking about, whether that is your big, bold dream or even a project at work, even how you want to do something with your kids or with your family, even relationships that you are already in or that you are trying to explore and create in your life. The 4 questions are you willing to make this your top priority? Are you willing to resource it with your time, money, creativity, energy, focus, space? Is it inspiring? Is it something that you're moving towards rather than away from? And is it personal? So now let's talk a little bit more about each of these questions, and then I want to show you how you're already using it in your life. Because just like when I looked backwards at my life to create the DAM framework, sometimes we have to look at what we've done in order to see what we could do going forward. Once we see what we've been doing unconsciously, then we can use it to consciously create really amazing things in our life. So, the very first question, are you willing to make it your top priority? Look, you can have everything that you want, just not all at the same time. You have to be willing to make something your top priority, because when everything is a top priority, nothing is, right? So you have to say, this is the thing that I am going all in on right now. We can make more money. Even though if it doesn't seem like that, it doesn't feel like it always, we can always make more money. There's thousands of ways to make money. What we don't have is more time, right? We aren't always able to create more energy, more space, more creativity. But time is truly our non-renewable resource. So are you willing to dedicate some resources to it? That means, yes, time, energy, money, creativity, focus, space. And then is it inspiring? Is it something that you are moving towards rather than away from? Our brains can actually not process a negative. So if I were to tell you, don't think about a purple elephant, you're imagining a purple elephant in your brain because I said it, and now you're trying to tell yourself not to think about it. But if instead I said, think about a green giraffe, you're not thinking about the purple elephant. You're thinking about the green giraffe. We want to reframe whatever our yes is into something that we are moving towards. Are you willing to make it your top priority? Are you willing to resource it? Is it inspiring? And is it personal? So what I uncovered as I was preparing for this keynote and as I shared it was that we've all already been doing this. And I was able to show them 2 examples that I'm going to share with you now too, so that you can see how you've done it in the past. You have done this. You have gone through the trip filter without even realizing it. So when you are thinking about buying a car, the question you ask yourself, am I willing to make it my top priority? So am I willing to say no to some other things, right? I need a car, then I'm unconsciously saying, not a boat, not a motorcycle, not a camper, not a trip to Bermuda, right? I'm willing to say, okay, the car right now is my top priority. Look, like I said, it doesn't have to be your top priority forever. So you don't always every day have to wake up and say, I want a car, I want a car, I want a car, right? Once you've accomplished the goal, you can move right on to your next top priority. But you are willing to make it your top priority now. You're willing to resource it. Obviously, most of us have to pay money for cars, right? Sometimes people will give them to you for free, very rare. That like image of the Lexus in the driveway with the bow on the front of the hood, not real often, right? And so we're usually having to put resources into it, money. We have to put our time into it because we need to go to the dealership. Maybe we need to do some research. We need to test drive some cars, right? Our energy, right? It takes energy to do all those things. Our space, it's not just going to fit in your mailbox, right? You're going to have to make space for it in a driveway or a garage somewhere. So you're willing to allocate some resources towards this car. Is it inspiring? Is it something that you are moving towards? Look, most times you're moving towards a car that you're at least semi-excited about. You need it for a reason. Now, I will admit that when I had a Pontiac Vibe, it was the worst car I've ever owned. It was breaking down all the time. The parts were like only available like on the moon. So I'd have a 27-cent part, but it was going to be 4 weeks to get it. At that point, I was like, I will take anything but this car. When it was time to get a new one, which basically meant it almost died on the side of the road, barely made it up the ramp to the dealership, I will take anything but this. Once I started looking at putting some time into it, putting some energy, then I said, oh, okay, I'm going to get this Honda CR-V. It became the thing I was working towards. It became the inspiration, right? And if you're thinking like, oh, how inspiring is a car? Well, I'm just saying, is it something you're moving towards? And then is it personal? My favorite car ever, bright red Mazda Miata convertible. I still have it. It's the car when mommy doesn't have any car seats and is going out to drink wine with her girlfriends at book club. That's my favorite car. That was inspiring. We like drove 2 hours away to get that car. Now, as a solo parent of 3 kiddos, 6 and under, I need a minivan. I need a minivan with a button that makes the doors slide open and shut and a lot of cup holders. That is the personal dream that I need right now when we're talking about a car, right? Somebody giving me a Pontiac vibe, we would not be friends anymore. Somebody giving me a convertible even where the car seats won't fit. That's somebody else imposing their dream on me. And again, these things can change. Like I said, in 2013, when we bought that convertible, that's what made sense. There were just two of us. Now, if I bought a new car, it would not be that. Do you see how we've done this? Now, let me give you another example that's like the day-to-day, mundane way that we go through this unconsciously. Have you ever bought a banana? So, unconsciously, we think about this. Are we willing to make it our top priority? Bananas are not just going to show up in our house. Look, some of you have a partner or a mom or somebody who just makes things magically appear in your house. Typically not, right? You're willing to make it your top priority. You're willing to put some resources into it, which means some time. You're going to go to the store. You're going to type it into Instacart. You're going to put some money behind it, right? It's only 39 cents, but it's still 39 cents. You're putting your resources into it. You are making space for it in your cart, on your counter, in your belly, right? You're making space. You're allocating your resources. Is it inspiring? It's a banana. It's not that inspiring. I totally get that. But most of the time, we are not walking through the store or typing in Instacart saying, I want anything but a watermelon, and a banana pops up, right? Most of the time, we're saying, I want a banana. So I go to the fruit section. I look at the bananas. I look at the yellow versus the green. I decide what I want. I put it in my cart. I don't go to the bakery and say, I would like anything but bread and end up with a banana. So it is something you're moving towards. And then, is it personal? Is it the thing that you want? Most of us are not force-fed food that we do or do not want. If we want a banana, we eat a banana, right? Again, maybe you have a partner, spouse, mom who is saying, I made chicken and tomatoes. That's what you're eating. But when you get to choose, you choose what you want. So do you see how you are unconsciously using this trip filter all the time? You're willing to make it your top priority. You're willing to resource it. It's inspiring and it's personal. It's your personal choice. Seeing how you've used it. Now, the amazing thing is you can use that going forward. When you have an idea, when you are considering your yes, ask yourself those questions. I want to do this thing. I want to write a book. Am I willing to make this my top priority? Am I willing to say no to some other things, right? Might not be able to binge Netflix, might not be able to go on a weekend trip, might not be able to also get certified as a yoga teacher. Okay, am I willing to make this my top priority for now? Am I willing to resource it? Am I willing to put my time, energy, maybe some money, space, creativity into this? Yes. Is it inspiring? Am I moving towards it rather than away from it? Am I wanting to write a book, or am I just trying to fill my space, not be bored, right? Am I inspired? Am I moving towards it? And is it personal? Some people want to write a book. Other people don't. And if you have a really compelling, amazing story and you still don't want to write a book, you want to have a podcast or a blog or just share it never or share it however you want to, don't let somebody else tell you, well, you need to write a book, because it won't happen. Anything that you want to do, you can run it through the trip filter. If you are on a team at work and you are thinking about taking on an initiative, you can ask these questions. Hey, guys, are we willing to make this our top priority? That means we're going to have to say no to some other projects. Are we willing to put our resources into it? Time of the team, our energy, our creativity, money if it needs to be. Is it inspiring? Is it something that we're moving towards? Even if it's something like, hey, we need to get off of this system and onto another because this system sucks. We stop focusing on the system that sucks and getting off of it, and we start focusing on the thing that we're moving towards. And then, is it personal? Is this the thing that we all want to do? Anything and everything, your health journey. Am I willing to make this my top priority? Am I willing to resource it with time, money, energy, space, focus? Am I inspired by it? Even if you're like, what I have to do is lose weight, or what I have to do is try to avoid diabetes, switch it to, I want to be healthy. Envision the healthy self. And is it personal? Trust me, even on a health thing, if a doctor tells you you have to do it, you won't do it until it's your choice. I have seen so many people who are supposed to be on a health journey because their doctor says it, and until it's their choice, they don't do it, myself included, right? Until it is my choice, I don't do it. Relationships. I'm like beating this into all of us, myself included, because it's everywhere. Relationships. Am I willing to make the relationship with my kids? Am I willing to make the relationship with a partner, current or future? Am I willing to make it a top priority? Am I willing to say yes to that and no to some other things? Am I willing to put my time, energy, creativity, space, money into cultivating this relationship? Am I inspired by it? Am I moving towards this connected, passionate relationship? Maybe not passionate with your kids. Maybe. I mean, my kids and I have like passion that we share, right? We are passionate about life, but you know what I mean. Am I inspired by it? Is it personal? Do I want to cultivate this relationship? So now that you have seen where you have been using it, you can see where you want to use it in the future. Trust me, right now, I'm telling you, you are going to start creating really amazing things. And if you aren't creating really amazing things, then you are at least consciously choosing what you are or are not creating. Because here's the thing. Once you see it, you can't unsee this. So once you know that you could make your own decisions about your yes, then just know that if you aren't making your own decisions about your yes, you are choosing that, because we are all making choices. Thank you so much for diving into this with me today. I would love to hear from you about what have you been creating? What did you see in this? What did you see in yourself in listening to this? And what are you going to create next? And if you want to get my most recent training, where we talk about how to achieve your goals even after going through a deeply challenging experience, you want to transform your life into the life that you want to be living, then go to 3keysmasterclass.com or click the link in the show notes. Well, look at you taking the damn chance on yourself. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. And if there's someone in your life who needs a little boost of inspiration, I would love it if you share this episode with them. If you want to connect with me, you can find me on all the social platforms at Bevin Farrand or on my website, bevinfarrand.com. And be sure to let me know what you want to hear next on Take the Damn Chance.